What the fuck is this shit all about again? What the fuck is it?
Man, I want to play a game. A game that I could never find in stores and stop caring about when my life was consumed by turn-based RPGs.
You must kill this ghost of your past.
Wow, sounds great. Oh no.
Is this really Gauntlet? I thought Gauntlet was a game about wizards, warriors, and archers. Who the fuck are these people? It's like the camera guy's trying to take a shot, and everyone's gotta take a different kind of dump.
The afterburner, the constipation, despair, the shit my pants, the screamer.
Oh, Midway made this game? No wonder the first two things that pop out are cleavage and ugly people. I wonder what mysteries await us on the backside. Foreplay at its best? Yeah, real classy Midway. Real fucking funny. Dude, awesome power-ups! Temporary power-ups have never been, and never will be, a selling point to any game, ever. The GameCube version's even better. Nintendo version exclusives, expanded inventory, better stereo sound, high-res graphics, more power-ups though? Oh baby, you know just what to say to raise the maze. Yes, that was a corn erection joke. Thank you, I'm here all week. There's 8 characters to choose from. The original 4, Warrior, Valkyrie, Elf/Archer, and Wizard, and the new 4, Dwarf, Knight, Sorcerer, and Jester. The second set is almost functionally identical to the first, but you know, there's only so much design space in fantasy. Immediately after spawning in the hub world, you're assaulted by text pop-ups. Soon enough, this thing will sprout microtransactions and daily quests. Just give it time.
Okay, I'm not one to require a plot for my action-based RPG, but have you seen this shit?
Garm breaks into this guy's tower and used magic stones to summon a demon who consequently destroyed him. Then the demon scattered all the rune stones across 8 specific realms and locked himself into a temple. Okay, so first of all, you're kind of a fucking idiot. Second, scattering the stones in 8 places just makes it easier to determine where they are. Third, why the fuck would you lock yourself in a specific temple so people can find you eventually? And why wouldn't you bring the stones with you? Or destroy them? Or anything that makes any sense? Stories in these games don't have to be good, given, but you can at least make the premise not stupid baby circle time. And better yet, the wizard over here, Summoner, good name guys, tells you to go solve his fucking problems because sadism or sociopathy or adult diaper problems or I guess he really is a summoner. Summoner of generally useful people unlike himself. Luckily for Summoner, he's left the fate of the world in the hands of this fucking guy. He's proud of his identity, and he wants you to know it. With a firm rod in hand and a stack of balls, he strikes with great vengeance against his enemies. Can I get a top 10 walks in gaming with this guy on it already? But let's see what the combat's like. Holy shit. Yeah, this is a Midway game. So the bomb didn't blow them up. Their skin actually melted and their bloody remains vanished. Gauntlet, rated C. For ultra violence. You get a weak attack, a strong attack, and some other things that don't really matter. Why is everyone deep-throating the microphone in this game? It's like a constant audio dicking. You can also do combos, and my Jester summons a giant chopped-off foot. Leave it to Midway to reference classics with their own special, morbidly disgusting touch. Thank you. Oh yeah, there's chests everywhere. They drop all kinds of stuff, even bombs, because that's everyone's favorite game design technique. More importantly though, you can nab all them sweet power-ups the cover talked about. The power-ups are all really different and niche, like a mask that reduces poison damage, except there's no lingering poison in this game, and any poison elemental damage is limited to a few enemies. Like even navigating the item menu in this game is fucking annoying because the buttons are so sensitive. It just cycles through them at warp speed. In a game this fast, imprecise real-time menu navigation sucks. I barely even use the power-ups at all until the game got harder near the end. Mikey? What the fuck? Apparently it's a decoy. And go. And it does nothing. Good, no, I'm glad. No, I'm glad. No, I'm glad! The environments are all pretty cool and unique. You're stuck with one major theme, but the places you travel in those zones are all different and mostly sensical. Except for one, but we'll get to that later. Look, in Gauntlet, the narrator's always been a dick, but he says the bitchiest things to you. Jesus Jesus Christ! Who put that thing in a box? Death himself pops up just about every level. He steals health if he's red or experience if he's black. I actually lost a level because of one. You can kill him, but he has 1 billion health and he doesn't flinch. Magic attacks kill him instantly, but then you're out of luck for big swarms in many stages, which is part of why grinding is necessary. The best thing to do is kite him. He only charges forward and he has a weak turn. You can trap him behind terrain and just kill him from afar, but it's just time consuming and annoying. And he shows up in the shittiest places, often inside a barrel that you were looking for health in. I'll end my rant about death with a little talk on game design. You should never, ever intentionally antagonize a player. This isn't a fair trap or an interesting challenge that leads to a punishment or reward based on the player's performance. This thing exists to waste your time or waste your magic. Magic is both rare and extremely useful for fighting several big monsters in the level, so death means that you have a really hard time in those situations. Not only that, but what he does to you can hardly be stopped unless you're a better gamer and know you can kite him into terrain. He's mostly a non-interactive element in the interactive medium, for fuck's sake. At the very least, he isn't something like the Stone Award and Bayonetta or fat fucking Mega Man. Everyone seems to think the bosses are too difficult in single player. There were only about 4 that took more than one try from me, but once you figure out what to do, they're more of a grinder than an actual challenge. Blocking, charging, and guerrilla tactics go a long way. Like the first boss trounced me until I realized that the majority of damage that I was taking was entirely avoidable. He drops these spawn points for maggots that swarm the screen, so you make a priority to kill it. He leaps at you, so you dash under him. It's learning mechanics like these that make the bosses much easier than people give them credit for. Every boss is a secret fight trivializer hidden in the levels. I missed a bunch of them, but they're not really required, even in single player. That said, not all of them actually work. I guess this sword will cut off the Chimera's head according to the wiki. Okay, cool, there it goes. It vanished. Cool joke, Midway! Like, I actually can't tell if that's just a bug or if it chopped off a portion of the Chimera's HP. I guess we'll never know. And then there's the Spider Queen. Someone at Midway has a fetish. This game kind of requires grinding if it's single player. I don't see how anyone by themselves can survive at all. It just throws waves and waves of bloodthirsty freaks at you until your health dips a little too low and then they chop your dick off. And you know in other games where you finish a stage and your health goes boop, 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 until you're healthy again? This is Gauntlet, bitch, which means the entire game is you running the gauntlet. At least they didn't lie about it. But seriously, grinding in this game just gets degenerate. KBash strats time. Grind gold to buy 10 to 12 flame breaths. Run up to Spider Queen and hold A. Collect money. Buy flame breaths and buy stat upgrades, max out character. It didn't take very long. I bitch about this a lot, but games shouldn't necessitate grinding. Like, yeah, you wouldn't have to if you had 3 friends who were all good, but playing alone, I doubt anyone can go the full time without stopping. Your health bar just gets too high to reliably heal with food drops. Grinding takes away the momentum of the game that makes it interesting. It kills the ability to discover, which is so fucking important to Gauntlet or games in general. This is a multiplayer game. It was made for at least 2 players, but I played this game while I was teaching in South Korea, so I played alone, and let me tell you, it's not fun. This game needs a friend to steal shit from, to get exploded, to yell at. Multiplayer makes mostly everything fun anyway. Grinding through every stage of this solo, fucking brutal. It's not like you can earn anything amazing for beating it anyway. Very little actually requires another player, but I found myself grinding to get stronger often enough. Like, seriously, have you seen this shit? This is pandemonium! Yeah, the game is actually lagging from the spawn count, and this is normal when you get further in the game. Everything is an obnoxious challenge. It's not even fun. It's just mindlessly using big, powerful things to clear things, and failing that, chipping away at them from afar. Like some kind of ballistic acorn dispensary. There may be 8 characters unlocked, but there's 8 more to find, hidden in secret zones found in the levels, and they're all themed weirdly, I guess. There's a farm level, this level, and oh my god. That's the Midway design team. What happened to you? Man, I've been playing this game for hours. Can somebody tell me what the fuck is up with generic fantasy design choices? I swear almost everything was pulled straight from fairy tales and high fantasy tropes. Every character, somewhat including the Jester, is mainstay in high fantasy. Every stage is tropey and uninteresting. I mean, come on, the desert is actually just Egypt land. It's just weird because Midway shows that they're capable of really interesting level design, but it's buried under so much fucking garbage. Midway, work with me. Gauntlet has Dungeons and Dragons roots, and this is what you go with? The secret characters are all just really overdone creatures. Minotaurs? Can't do anything better with your unlockables? They don't even change outfits like the other characters do. For all I bitch about a lack of creative integrity, and even though this one falls into tropiness as well, I'm giving a special mention to the last level, the Dream World. I like this place because the developers finally admitted that they gave up. No more boring fantasy environments, we're going full fucking stupid. The Haunted Carnival, oh yeah dude, it's right between King Arthur's castle and the local monastery. This next one is literally a bunch of floating rocks glued together by the concept of a haunted house that exists somewhere in the north of the level. Like, you have to admit, it's pretty funny when the one trope they desperately clawed out of the bag isn't enough, and they had to just fill the whole level with rocks floating in space. Oh, I'm sorry, those were the grounds and this level's the house. Yeah baby, spread those tropes thin, make them last. Next up,
Your worst nightmare.
seriously? I guess my worst nightmare is an ugly vor scenario. Then we get to Illusion, which is probably the most interesting level in the game. And by most interesting, I mean the game glitched because good ideas, and I got stuck in the level until I had to reset the game. Awesome! Whatever, it's done. Okay, thank God we're at the final boss. His name's Scorn. Good name. He dies relatively quickly. Cool looking boss though. Finally, I ran the gauntlet. He dies, and that's the game. Alright, everyone go home. Pack it up.
Your task is not yet complete.
No, I did what you wanted. Your game sucks.
Don't you want to complete the true final level to unlock a secret?
No.
Secret.
No.
Secret.
You get fucking postcards. I don't even know why I do this shit. What the fuck? What was the point of that?
Alone in the dark, searching for answers to questions nobody asked. Locked away from the world, never to explore the true mysteries of life.
Oh, he told you how he felt today. Ridiculous. And nobody cannot feel
Life's
anything.
but a walking shadow. Poor player. Struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.